Well, joining us now live on the South Shores Morning News, we have the Plymouth County Register of Deeds, John Buckley. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Good morning, Christine. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Now, we're halfway through 2025, which is hard enough to believe. And what many people may have been hesitant about or worried about was the Plymouth County real estate market. But it's looked pretty good for these past 6 months.
Relative to where we've been, it is going in the right direction. It is nowhere near where it was during the boom years. However, when you increase your, for the fiscal year, increase your mortgage amount by 12%, in deeds by 5%, those are positive results.
And absolutely, and as we've mentioned before, the price of a home here in Plymouth County, that hasn't decreased either.
No, crazy. For June of this year, the average sale price was $753,987, and that is the highest number I've seen in my time. And
wasn't that an increase of a lot from the previous month? That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was 8% increase from before. We're having a lot of high sales that come in every day. The volume is slightly up, but the sale value is very, very significantly higher.
And it looks like foreclosure activity, that's also moving in the right direction.
Yeah, foreclosure activity since COVID and they had the moratorium really hasn't been, other than for those people who are in that process, difficult.
And I wanted to ask you, too, with the Plymouth County Registry of Deeds, with your wonderful service where you have these historic papers, deeds, court orders, all kinds of interesting things on display the last Friday of the month. This month's has to do with something about an easement granted to a neighbor. So that's been going on for, obviously, centuries.
A pretty interesting story. Going all the way back to 1652, a gentleman by the name of Henry Howland owned land, and he had a spring and a brook for his cattle. His neighbor, experienced Mitchell, did not. So in order to eliminate any disputes in the neighborhood, Mr. Howland gave Mr. Mitchell free access to his cattle. Can you imagine that?
That's pretty amazing, but at least they put it all down on paper.
It was an agreement for the areas and assigns forever free access.
So an easement, there's no, even if the property is sold, there's no end to that? That just continues forever?
No, the easement is a right that continues even after a sale of property.
Well, that's a surprise, including the name of the neighbor. I love that, Experience Mitchell.
Yes.
I love some of these old names. That's terrific. And the gentleman lived in Duxborough, Burrow. I love that too. Now, if people
different world back then, right?
Very much no. Now, if people have never had a chance to see some of these things, how can they do it?
So on Friday, July 25th, starting at 9 in the morning, we'll display this record in our reading room, Old Colony Reading Room, on the second floor of the Registry of Deeds in Plymouth at 50 Overy Street. We'd love to see you come down and take a look. As part of our great history, we love to share our history.
That is terrific. And again, that's Plymouth County Register of Deeds, and that's John Buckley. Thanks so much for joining us today.
All right, have a good July.
You too.